to move forward skating, it seems counterintuitive, but in order to move forward, you have to push your feet to the side. Since your feet are in a V, pushing them to the side will make them move forward. This isn't a natural motion that we use normally. When we walk, we're used to, pushing back and stepping forward. With skating, that does not work on skate skis. You have to push to the side. So one of the mistakes that beginners tend to make is they want to use that stepping motion. So they tend to want to kind of push off backwards and step forward, even though they're stepping to the, they think they're stepping to the side because they're kind of going this way, but it's really a stepping motion, and that just does not work with a skate ski. A skate ski needs to be sliding forward, and that's the beauty of skating, that your ski moves forward while you're pushing. It doesn't have to come to a stop in order to push on it, but if you step off of it like that, the ski will come to a stop or even kind of slide backwards a little bit. It just doesn't work very well. What you want to think instead is you want to push to the side. So your mantra should be always pushing, never stepping. And the stepping is true. You don't want to step off and you don't want to step on. You don't want to reach with the other foot. It's a push and a glide, not a step forward. It's push, glide, push, glide, like that. In order to have effective skate pushes, you have to have dynamic knees and ankles, flexible dynamic knees and ankles. If you keep your legs straight, you end up just sort of, you're not really pushing. You're just sort of falling between your feet, and you kind of get this like tick-tock, motion, and it's just not very effective. If you want a good push, you have to have soft knees and ankles. So when I'm going to push off with my foot, you have to, we say preload it. You have to bend it down so that you can push and straighten it out. That's where all your power comes from. Push like that. So I'm here, I'm gonna get ready to push, and I do that. And you notice I land on a bent leg. I'm landing on my leg like this. That enables me to easily balance and glide on it. Because in order to balance and glide on that foot, you have to have your belly button over your foot. So if I'm pushing, if I want to have my foot under my belly button, I have to land on a bent leg. If I land on a straight leg, even if I push, if I land on a straight leg, it keeps my belly button between my feet. I can't get my belly button all the way over. And then I can't glide or balance on that foot very long, and I end up just falling between my feet. So bend your leg, push, land on a bent leg with your foot directly under your belly button. You can balance and glide on each foot. So I do here, here, like that. Another thing I want you to notice about the skate pushes is that I think of skating from my hips. When I'm going to do the push, I do my knee bend to compress my leg to get it ready to push. And I think of pushing my hips over. So I push my hips this way. And I'm going to skate, and I push my hips back the other way. And you notice that my shoulders just float over my hips. They just follow whatever my hips are doing. I push them here, they follow it. I push it here, they follow it. I'm not doing any sort of bending or twisting motion. My hips are square to the trail and level, and my shoulders are square and level over my hips, and I just skate like this. So I can skate, 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 and my shoulders just float over my hips. Allowing my shoulders to just float over my hips enables me to have more effective pulling, right? Because my upper body is from pulling. I want to do that good crunch and arm swing. And if my shoulders are just staying square over my hips, you know, I can have really effective crunch and arm swing. If my upper body is doing a whole bunch of, you know, motion on its own, then my pull, it messes up my pulling and I don't get very good pulling. So skate from the hips down, pull from the waist up, right? You coordinate those two movements, but they're separate. Don't try and skate with your upper body. It'll just mess up your pull.